This conference will now be recorded.
Good evening, everyone. We're here for the regular council meeting of May 18th. We are going to do quick introductions and we'll jump right into it. With us, we have Councillor Curtis Clayton.
Hello, everyone.
We have our CEO, Mitch Duval.
Hello.
We have our Councillor, Janine Boulanger.
Good evening.
We have Councillor Ron Mamchuk.
Good evening.
And absent today is Councillor Shane Pelletier. So everything will be in person for council, so we'll be voting with our system. And then people for the public hearing that are online, I will give you instructions on how to do the public hearing portion for the night. Having said that, we will jump into the regular meeting. I'm just going to turn my phone off here. I apologize. So item number 1, meeting called to order. Do I have a mover?
Councillor Mamchuk.
Thank you. Second.
Councillor Clay.
Thank you. Any questions before we move?
No, here.
No, I'll call for the question. Oh, sorry, we're doing.
Yeah.
Thank you. I apologize. We're voting in person. Our hands will be raised for the vote. Thank you. Mr. Seal looking at me like I'm a schmuck here. Okay, that's carried.
No button to push.
Yeah, I know. I just noticed that. Okay, so I open the meeting at 7:03 p.m. Item 2, adoption of the agenda. Do I have a mover? Councillor Boulanger, second. Councillor Mamchuk, thank you. Does council want to just continue the agenda as is? Do you want to go straight to public hearings and then go back?
It's entirely up to you, Mr. Mayor.
Still a public hearing.
Okay, we'll go into public hearings and then we will jump back to regular business. So with that change, I'll call for the question. All those in favor? It's carried. Thank you. We will go right to public hearings. Item 5, public hearings. So the public hearings, I'll give the rules on how it's going to work. I will open the public hearing, and then I will call for anyone that would like to speak in favor in person, and then they'll get up and they'll just step to the chair and they'll say their name. And then after that, I'll ask if there's anyone online that would like to speak or on the phone. And then they'll unmute their microphone, turn on their video, and they will just give us their name, and then they can start their speech. And then after that, we'll go to anything received in favor. Then we'll go anyone wishing to speak against in person. They'll come up, do the same as before, and then we'll do anyone wishing to speak against online or on the phone. Same thing, unmute your microphone, turn on your video, please, and just give us your information, then start your speech. And then I'll give it the last call for any final comments. Then I'll close the public hearing. That's how that will work. So we will start with item 5.1.1, D10 2022 Sherwood 509 CR 247.
The proposal is to vary the maximum size of an existing garden suite to 760 square feet with a basement. Notices were sent out in according to the Planning Act. This is, for council's information, is a follow-up to the conditional use that was held last month regarding conditional use C6 2022.
I'll open the public hearing at 7:05 p.m. Is there anyone wishing to speak in favor in person? Come on up, sir.
Thank you very much. My name is Guy Sherwood, and I am the person who wishes to have the condition approved by the council. This is an old house, old small house. It's got basically they've been there forever, and we have some pumps that draw water from our pond in the basement of the house. It's not very well finished, so it's not exactly luxurious in the basement entry. And that's all I have to say. Thank you very much.
Council, do you have any questions for Mr. Sherwood?
Not here.
No, thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Anyone else wishing to speak in favor? Anyone online wishing to speak in favor? Anyone on the phone wishing to speak in favor? Anything received in favor?
Nothing received.
Anyone wishing to speak against in person? Anyone online wishing to speak against? Anyone on the phone wishing to speak against? Anything received against?
Nothing received.
One final call. Anyone wishing to make any final comment, speak in favor or against, online, on the phone, or in person? Seeing none, I'll close the public hearing at 7:06 p.m. Do I have a mover? Councillor Clayton, second by Councillor Mamchuk. Thank you.
Therefore, be resolved that variation application V10-2022 be approved with the following conditions: that the applicant shall adhere to all conditions in conditional use C6 2022.
you. I'll open up for council debate. Council, do you have anything to add? I know this was discussed at the planning meeting.
No, it's unconventional, but if the logic is there,
Perfect.
To be considered a grand suite, does it have to be a family or garden house, depending on how we say it here, but does it have to be a family member that resides in it?
I believe that's the definition of the garden suite.
Yeah.
Not here, fine with me.
Okay, I'll call for the question. All those in favor? That's carried 4-0. Thank you. Item 5.1.2, V11, 2022 DeGraff, 436 Louis Road.
The proposal is to vary the north side yard setback from 15 feet to 2 feet for the purpose of rebuilding a 308 square foot garage and lean-to on an existing pad. Notices were sent out to surrounding properties according to the Planning Act and posted accordingly.
Thank you. I'll open the public hearing at 7:08 PM. Is there anyone wishing to speak in favor in person? Anyone wishing to speak in favor online or on the phone? Anything received in favor?
Nothing received?
Anyone wishing to speak against in person? Anyone online or on the phone wishing to speak against? Anything received against?
Nothing received against?
One last call. Anyone wishing to make any final comments, questions, speak in favor or against, online, on the phone, or in person? Seeing none, I'll close the public hearing at 7:08 PM. Do I have a mover? Councillor Boulanger, second by Councillor Manchuk.
Therefore, be resolved that variation application V11, 2022 be approved with the following conditions: that the applicant must obtain an approved building permit from the Armor Ridge office.
Thank you. Open it for council discussion. Council, do you have anything you wanted to add or debate?
I just want to let people, your fellow councilmen know that, this, I believe, is the site where the garage and the shed burnt down a few years ago. And they rebuilt the garage, it looks like, according to the aerial photo, so I guess they're just rebuilding the shed
Now, do you know if that's the existing concrete pad from the previous, yeah?
now. Yeah.
Perfect. Anything else? I'll call for the question. All those in favor? That's carried 4-0. Thank you. If you guys want to leave, you're more than welcome to.
Thank you.
If you want to watch us, you're more than welcome to.
Appreciate it.
No, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. It's okay. Thank you very much.
Have a nice evening.
Yeah. See you later. Okay, we'll move on to 5.2.1, Z9, 2022, Shakov, 1277 past 75.
The proposal is to increase the capacity of a kennel from 15 dogs to 40 dogs in the agricultural limited zone. Again, notices were sent out according to Planning Act and posted accordingly.
Thank you. I'll open the public hearing at 7:10 PM. Is there anyone wishing to speak in favor, online, or on the phone? No one in here, except for media.
Hi.
Go ahead.
I mean, my name's Daniel. I'm Svetlana's son. I'm sitting with her here.
Okay.
Do I need to say anything, like, to, I guess, support?
You don't have to say anything. You're more than welcome to put on record that you're in support of it. Council may have questions for Svetlana or yourself at this time, which if you're willing to stay on the line, they can ask right now. Council, do you have any questions, comments?
Sure, yeah, I've got a question.
Yep.
I briefly read through the, business plan and just a bit of need for them. So obviously there's a need for this type of dog. You're getting a lot of requests, a lot of,
Yeah,
inquiries.
our demand, because we've, majority of it is word of mouth. At the beginning, the puppies that we have sold, our clients were just obsessed with the puppies and just the way that we run our kennels. So they would just tell their family and their friends to get dogs from us. So yeah, so our demand has gone like exponentially up. So we're just expanding business.
Okay. I also read that, when it gets cold or inclement weather, that you bring the dogs inside. You worry
Yep.
about 40 dogs being inside?
Yeah, so the inside of our house is, if you're ever gonna see it, it is very empty because these dogs love to chew on couches and anything on the ground. So our living space is essentially empty, so there's nothing really like dangerous for them to chew on or to destroy. But yeah, it's very solid. Like it's very good for them, habitable to be inside. But we have a detached garage directly next to the house. If the need arises, we do have them in there, and we have cages set up and everything. But that we barely use that. As well as we have a barn, like a horse stable that was built on this property years back that we also have converted just in case we need to use it, but we've never really had the need to. So, but yeah,
Sure.
majority of the time they are in the house, like overnight and when it's raining or too cold or too hot. Yeah.
How do you see if you get the 40 moving forward with that? Just, there must be regulations, there must be standards or some guidelines that you have to follow, like the Kennel Society or?
Not that we're aware of. We're registered with the CKC and they like the Canadian Kennel Club, and there's nothing regulations wise that we have come across, but I don't know.
Okay, well, thank you.
Just go ahead, Councilor Clayton.
Yeah, I just have a question for you, Councilor Clayton here. So when you're wrapping up from an operation of 15 to 40, what does that look like? Are you breeding the female dogs more often, or you have more breeders? How does that work?
They're only once a year per dog, like per female. So we have majority female dogs and only about four, like we have very small amount of males compared to females. That's how it works.
Okay.
So how many dogs do you have right now? Sorry, Bruce.
No, that's good.
How many dogs do you have now?
We have 15.
And do you have any young dogs right
Wait,
now?
correction,
No.
20.
Now we have 20 and two Shikokus. I just brought two Shikokus.
Two Shikoku dogs breed.
Okay.
It's a different breed. We were doing Shiba Inus for a few years, but now we're gonna start breeding Shikokus, and we just brought two from overseas.
The only thing I'm concerned about, if you have 40 dogs and they start barking, are they gonna be pretty loud? What's your closest neighbor?
Oh, our neighbor directly next to us has no complaints. We're very close with them. He actually helped us build the dike. And directly behind us as well, we speak to them regularly, and yeah, they have no issues. And like they don't bark at night or early morning.
Okay, thank you.
Just curious, when you first came here, Mr. Shiley, maybe you can answer this instead of the applicant. Did they ask for more dogs and we kept them down to a minimum? Do you remember that conversation?
I remember the case, but I don't know the number that they had asked for. They granted 15 by
we asked for 15. Yeah. Okay, yeah, we asked for 20 and then you guys allowed us 15.
And you have 20 right now.
Okay.
No. Yeah, the 15 plus the 2.
Oh, plus the 2, but they just said they had 20.
You have 20 together now.
Okay. Yeah, they just said they had 20. I'll just be very candid, even though I'm not voting yet. I have a hard time with this. I think 40 is an excessive amount, especially inside your home. And it's more for the safety of animal welfare, but as well, I think that's quite an amount of animals in one home. So, yeah, I have a hard time with this. That's just my opinion.
I think what I'm struggling with is, the comments we received last time you came to council for this was, there's a lot of, homeless strays, and the shelters are full. When we receive a dog and if we can't get rid of it or find a home for it in 3 days, they put it down. There's a lot of that out there, and so the public was a bit upset about creating more dogs when there's a lot of dogs out there. And I know sometimes people want, the poster dog or the designer dog, but I think that's where I'm standing.
I also add, I would like to see a stronger business case or business plan. This is 3 paragraphs, 4 paragraphs. So if I'm looking at this as a business standpoint, I would recommend a stronger business plan. Just my opinion as well. Anything else from council?
Yeah, I just don't think the community is in favor of having breeding operations of this scale. I think 15 is sustainable. I know everybody wants a dog or show dog, but maybe we just need to wait a little bit longer. But I think 40 just seems high.
Okay, I appreciate the conversation, thank you. I will, I'll give it one last call. Is there anyone else online wishing to speak in favor? On the phone? Anything received in favor?
Nothing received.
Anyone wishing to speak against online or on the phone? There's no one in chambers. Anything received against?
Nothing received against.
One final call. Anyone wishing to make any general comments, speak in favor or against, online or on the phone? I'll close the public hearing at 7:17 PM. Do I have a mover? Councillor Belanger, second by Councillor Mamchuk.
This is basically the same as the previous conditional use, as far as the conditions, but I'll read them anyway. Therefore, be resolved that conditional use application C9, 2022 is approved subject to the following conditions. Number one, that the use shall not be noxious, offensive, or hazardous by reason of emissions or production of odor, dust, refuse matter, waste, vapor, gas, smoke, vibration, or noise, and that is, this use shall not create a nuisance beyond the property's sightline. Two, that the applicant shall comply with the municipal noise bylaw 14-2003. Three, that the applicant pay an annual dog kennel fee. Four, that the applicant shall comply with the municipal dog bylaw. Five, that the applicant shall ensure all dogs are licensed and registered at the RM office annually, and that all vaccinations are kept up to date. Six, that there be no more than 40 dogs on the premises. 7, the dog shall not be permitted to run at large and must be contained on property at all times. 5, that the applicant shall erect a 4-foot high solid fence enclosing the property. 9, the RM reserves the right to review the applications in 5 years. And 10, the applicant shall provide a signed confirmation letter accepting the terms. There may be site audits conducted to ensure compliance, and non-compliance may be caused to revoke the conditional use at any time.
Thank you. All time for council discussion debate. Council, anyone wants to add anything?
Well, I just want to add that when they did come to us and ask for 20, we said 15. I think we kind of made a clear direction as to how we felt and what we were allowing, and to come back only, what was it, a year or 2 years later to ask for more than double is, I think we've already debated it and had our thoughts.
I appreciate it.
Would you consider an increase at all? To my knowledge, we haven't had any complaints about this breeder though, right?
We have not received anything.
Like, would council consider like an increase to 20? Like, I'm not saying that.
So what's our
bylaw
bylaw?
to be done? I mean,
Do we have a bylaw?
We are making.
No.
It's a kennel license, so within the license, you could authorize how many dogs you want, so.
Well, I'm as solid as was. That's just my opinion. I worry about more than 15, and it's been good so far. At 40, I really worry about animal welfare at that level, especially inside of a house. Pardon me.
And I agree, the business plan didn't mention any pricing or the turnaround, how many dogs are produced a year per female, if it's the same male, we're not like, if you have a bit stronger business plan, it really would help to see the need, but just to say that the need is out there, yeah.
Okay. Anything else from council? Call for the question. All those in favor? Opposed? Defeated 4-0. Thank you very much. Moving on to, is that it? Yeah, and we're going back to item 3, adoption of minutes. Do I have a mover? Councillor Mamchuk, second. Councillor Clayton.
Last regular council meeting was held May 3rd, at which time the RCMP presented some year-end stats, as well as council adopted some recreational policies and appointed Kalinitsky for our office building renovation project.
Thank you. I'll open up. Council, do you have any discussion, changes, edits?
Not here.
Okay, I'll call for the question. All those in favor? That's carried. Thank you. Item 4.1, accounts paid to be approved. Do I have a mover? Councillor Belanger, second by Councillor Clayton.
We have one batch paid, not approved, batch 15976, total amount $127,590. Provided a recap for council of the big ticket items. They're the three items, and, that's about it.
Perfect. Council, do you have any questions, comments?
Not here.
No. Okay, I'll call for the question. All those in favor? That's carried. 4.2, council not paid to be approved. Do I have a mover? Councilor Mamchuk, second by Councilor Clayton.
Two batches, batch 159988, the total of 678,664, and batch 159989, total amount of 1633. Quite a bit of invoices, in those batches, provided, again, council with a recap of the most significant expenses within those batches. If there's any questions, fire away, please.
Council, do you have any questions?
No,
Not here.
I appreciate the recap, thank you.
Okay, I'll call for the question. All those in favor? That's carried 4-0. Thank you. 4.3.1 Q1 payroll fire department. Do I have a mover?
Actually,
Sorry.
if we could deal with 4.3, which will cover the quarterly fire department and the RM employees all at once.
Okay, so 4.3 payrolls to be approved. Do I have a mover? Councilor Mamchuk, signed by Councilor Belanger.
So as previously stated, there's the first quarter of the fire department. There's a variety of hours listed in there. Just for council's information, I did check their board, just recently. They've had about 17 calls from March to today, so it's been fairly quiet, which is something nice to see. Don't want too much action going on. Part B, the staff payroll for May 9th. A lot of public works overtime, but we all know the reason why. It's because there's a flood going on. And seeing that the province has announced the DFA program, we'll try to reclaim all of the overtime hours because those are eligible for recovery.
You answered my question. That's what I was gonna ask. If it was recoverable under DFA, it is, right? So, okay.
Any other questions from council? Comments? Okay, I'll call for the question. All those in favor? That's carried. So we're done, all four now, Mr. CEO?
Yes.
Written
Thank you.
on them. Okay, going on to bylaws. 6.1, bylaw 7, 2022 tax levy, second reading. Do I have a mover? Councilor Belanger, second. Councilor Clayton.
The public hearing and presentation was made on Monday, May 16th. I believe things went very well. The plan for the budget has been laid out, and it's also posted online on our website for the public to review. So haven't received any feedback other than a good presentation, and thank you for considering the person that was here his time and
That's it.
comments.
Perfect. Council, do you have any questions, comments? I'll open it up. No?
No, not really nothing to do with the financial plan, but he emailed, did he email,
I think
everybody?
he emailed all.
Yeah, thank you.
It's separate, it was like, all right, I felt special this. Just kidding.
My email was longer.
No, it was a very good presentation. It was very easy to follow.
Yeah, no, I agree. I always enjoy the financial plan area because I learn a little bit more every year, so.
So just going back to the bylaw, everything is listed in there. It recaps the financial plan. Taxes are due on October 31st. Discounts are laid out for June, July, and August, and penalties after October 31st. So that's all good with the council.
Yep. Council's good with that?
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I will call for the question. All those in favor? That's carried. Thank you. Item 6.2, bylaw 7, 2022 tax levy, third reading. Councilor Clayton moves, second. Councilor Mamchuk. Any final thoughts, Mr. CEO? No?
Many, but not related to the budget.
Okay, I'll open up one last call for council comments, debate.
Not here.
None, I'll call for the question. All those in favor? That's carried. Thank you. 7.1.1, 4165228132 Sequin Farms, one lot residential. Do I have a mover? Councilor Belanger, second by Councilor Mamchuk.
The property in question is at the northwestern part of the municipality along Brady Road. Looks like they're subdividing the chunk that is being split by a natural creek that runs through that property. quickly here, Development Reach Out Planning District, have no objections, and community planning, support the subdivision application.
Perfect, I'll open up for council discussion. Council, do you have anything to add, discuss?
If the subdivision goes through, does it have to be rezoned to residential if it's AL right now, or it stays?
It is AL, and if the person wishes to build a home on that property, it is in an AL zone, so as we know, to build a dwelling in an agricultural limited would require a conditional use.
Traditional use, okay.
Because of the sensitivity of the lands in an AL zone.
Gotcha, okay.
Perfect, anything else from council?
No.
I'll call for the question, all those in favor? That's carried. 7.2.1, Taché Richot Land Drainage Study, do I have a mover? Councillor Boulanger, second, Councillor Manchuk.
As part of the negotiations process between Taché and Richot, it is recommended that a land drainage study be done for lands in Taché and Richot, north of the Ile-des-Chênes community, trying to address some drainage issues going on in that area. I believe this would be very good, not only for Taché, but also for Richot. We sent out proposals and received two firms to do the study, and it is recommended by both the Taché and Richot administration that KGS be awarded the project for about $30,000.
Perfect, I'll open up for council discussion. Council?
That's cost shift.
Cost shared, so 15.
Yep, okay.
Perfect. Okay, I'll call,
Okay.
good. I'll call for the question. All those in favor? That's carried. Thank you. 7.2.2, speed display devices, St. Adolphe. Do I have a mover? Councillor Manchuk, second by Councillor Clayton.
I gotta be careful what I say. After long, long asking the province to try and get some speed sign displays in the community, finally, I think we're moving ahead positively. The resolution reads in a fashion that we will have 6 locations within the community of St. Adolphe. It is recommended by the Department of Highways that these signs be moved every 3 months, just because after 3 months, the traffic tends to be stagnant and not obey the signs anymore and use them more as a racetrack speed sign display more than anything else. So we'll be shifting those around in 6 locations every 3 months. The locations, I believe, are on the map, and we're indemnifying the province of any wrongdoing if something happens, et cetera, all that standard legal proceedings.
The word you're looking for is healthy lobbying.
Not really, but we'll go with that.
I'll open up for council discussion.
I would like to thank the Public Works and CEO. It's been a long forthcoming. We've been on this subject for several years, and I know we have to go through a process, and I think the residents would really appreciate that we're trying to make an effort to combat the speeders. And this is a heavy traffic area, so hopefully this will enhance the people from speeding to our community and community safety. So again, thank you very much to Public Works and the CEO administration for moving this forward.
Perfect, thank you.
I see 4 spots. You mentioned 6.
She said 6.
Well, 4 for sure, 4 for sure.
Someone look at it.
When I was talking to Public Works today, they said 4 for sure and maybe a couple more.
Oh, 4 from, okay.
I see 4 as well, so I'll take my words back and say 4 instead of 6. But they will be rotating.
Great.
Perfect. Okay, any other comments?
No, good idea.
I'll call for the question. All those in favor? That's carried. 7.3.1, disaster financial assistance 2022 flood. Do I have a mover? Councillor Clayton, second by Councillor Boulanger.
As a result of the 2022 spring flooding, the province has actually announced a program quite early. We didn't have to do much lobbying and doing community impact assessments on the matter. so they triggered the program pretty quick. Part of the process is now that program has been announced, council must pass a resolution requesting assistance, not only for the municipality, but also for the residents that may have suffered damages due to flood waters. So the resolution reads, has that for both public and private sector applications.
Perfect.
Good, yeah.
Questions from council, debate? No? I'll call for the question. All those in favor? That's carried. Thank you. 7.3.2, 2022 tax sale set reserve bid. Do I have a mover? Councillor Manchuk, second. Councillor Blanchet.
Every year we go through the tax sale process. The tax sale is organized by a tax service out of Swan River, Swan Lake, Swan River, one of the swans. And basically those that have not paid their property taxes for 2020 or prior will be subject to tax sale. This resolution is just to say that the municipality will be putting in a reserve bid for the outstanding property taxes that is owned to us. If ever the property sells for more than the profits are, we keep the amount for taxes, and the profits go back to the original owner that is delinquent, I guess, putting their property for sale.
Perfect. Thank you. Council, do you have any questions or comments?
Not here.
Not here. I'll call for the question. All those in favor? That's carried. Thank you. 7.3.3, development agreement, Max Pro Properties Inc., Rendezvous Place. Do I have a mover? Councillor Clayton, second. Councillor Blanchet.
This is part with his conditional use that he enters into a development agreement with the municipality. The conditions are all straightforward, and planning has been in communication with council to explain the matter, so I don't think there's anything else I could say at this time.
Perfect. I'll open it for council discussion. Council, did you have anything you wanted to mention?
No, let's keep moving.
No? Perfect. Okay, I'll call for the question. All those in favor? That's carried. Thank you. 7.3.4, April 2022 building permit reports. Do I have a mover? Councillor Manchuk, second. Councillor Clayton.
In regards to building permits, we're not quite keeping the pace of last year, but we're still doing not too bad. I believe 9 homes and 1 commercial buildings are going up. So basically 27 permits for the month of April, value of construction about 5.3 million, and bringing in building fees of about 19,000. So total permits to date for 2022 is 71, with a value of 17 million and bringing in $50,000 in building permit fees.
Perfect. Great. Great to still see some growth happening, even though last year was stronger. So good to see this year continue. Council, did you have anything to add?
I have a question within the report, and I'm just not sure what it means. Hopefully you can answer. If not, it's okay. Just looking at the first line there, the signature home, and then it says a duplex, 1404 square foot by 2 with attached 308 square foot by 2 garages and 36 square foot by 2 covered steps. And there's a few other places where it says by 2 by 2. So what does by 2 mean?
Like 2 of them, because there's 2, it's a duplex,
Side by side.
1 and 1, 1 and 1.
Okay, I get it. Okay.
Right? So there's 2 garages, so 2 covered steps, because it's a duplex.
Okay, I thought I saw it somewhere else and it wasn't making sense, but now I'm looking at it again. So, okay. Sorry for the very stupid question.
Oh, there's no such thing as a stupid question.
It is a clarification.
Yeah, no such thing as a stupid question, just stupid clarification.
Thank you.
It's clear.
I actually knew, I was just like
Yeah,
saying
yeah,
it for
you
Ron,
tested
because he
it.
asked me earlier.
Thank you.
Any other comments?
Yeah.
No, seeing none, okay, I'll call for the question. All those in favor? That's carried. Thank you. Brings us to item 10, adjournment. Do I have a mover? Councillor Manchuk, second. Councillor Belanger, any final thoughts? No, I'll call for the question. All those in favor? That's carried. I will close the meeting at 7:36 p.m. Please stop recording. Have a good night, everyone.
Good night.